Welcome to your Profitable Law Firm podcast. I'm Kelley Brubaker, your dedicated host, passionate about empowering law firm owners. Let's dive into the hidden strategies that lead to overflowing profits, scaled growth, and thriving lives. This is where overwhelm transforms into confidence, enabling you to create and enjoy your dream firm and your dream life. I'm going to share a secret today. It's not sexy. In fact, it's pretty basic, but this is real and legit. And frankly, it's a conversation that I have at least once a week with different law firm owners. It's sometimes hard to have this conversation too, because attorneys by nature are intelligent and educated. Many do not like admitting to being wrong or unknowledgeable about a subject. And I always admit in this conversation that I too had this exact same struggle when I opened my accounting practice almost 20 years ago. As a CPA, I have financial knowledge, but as a business owner, I did not have the experience until I went to the school of hard knocks. So here it is. The only secret to creating wealth for your law firm is knowing how to interpret your numbers. For those who may be new to following me, I intentionally use the word wealth instead of rich because I believe that the word rich is only tied to money, a specific amount in your bank account. Wealth to me is creating your perfect life. Wealth is the amount of money you need to, for example, work 20-hour weeks, take a vacation every quarter, buy a boat, or volunteer every Friday at the dog shelter. Today, I'm going to teach you how to become an amazing law firm owner. It means you'll be able to generate a profit easier for your firm and that you'll enjoy the process. And I know that sounds ambitious, but follow the steps and I assure you it works, no exceptions. Some law firms seem effortlessly profitable, but the truth is the owners are just experienced in following the universal laws of business ownership. There's no magic pill. Nobody is born luckier in business than others. It's like how healthy people regularly exercise and eat well. There is no shortcut. And I will admit some of this is about your mindset. And I don't mean in the woo-woo sense that you can just think about being a millionaire and tomorrow your bank account will have $1 million balance. So let me start by sharing my story about where I got off track in my business. And I think you're going to relate. First, as a CPA, I wanted to help everyone I could. My mantra was to use my knowledge for good, put karma into the world, and it will repay me eventually. I had an idea about how long it took to prepare a tax return. I had an office that I rented with a few staff people, and I bought tax software, so I knew my costs. On paper, I priced the preparation of a tax return at a small but respectable profit. Where I went wrong is underestimating the time it took to prepare a return. 99% of the time when tax documents arrived, something was missing or something within the documents looked weird. Both of those situations prompted discussions or emails, which took time. And then once a return was prepared, some clients were happy with their refund. Some had questions about a family member's or a friend's tax situation. Others complained their refund was too small or that they owed too much. And this resulted in additional conversations. Some of these conversations were really about tax planning, which is truly a separate engagement from tax prep. But being that I wanted to help my clients and prove my value, I would give away these conversations for free. My intentionally planned small profit per tax return was quickly turning into a net loss. And initially, I thought it would make it up on volume, but that burned me out. I need at least 7 to 8 hours of sleep every night. And also, speed can be a factor in mistakes. So instead of volume, I tried to sell bookkeeping and payroll services to small business owners. Great. Diverse services is going to help, right? Wrong. I did the exact same thing. I priced these services too low of a profit margin because I thought if my office did the bookkeeping, that the related business returns would be a breeze to prepare in April. Wrong. Business owners have more going on with their tax return than just business activity. Even worse is that I had fixed delivery dates with the bookkeeping and payroll work that stopped me in the middle of peak tax season from working on tax returns. Now, you may be thinking a few things at this point. I'm guessing that your first thought is that your practice bills primarily on an hourly rate, or maybe you're contingent. So everything I just said is irrelevant to your firm. But is it really irrelevant? What I experienced in the beginning of my firm was crazy. I actually had a full funnel of incoming leads with a high close rate. So sales and marketing were not an issue for me. Most of my days were filled with billable work. But take a look at your days. If you bill on an hourly rate, how much of your day is billable versus non billable? Who's having the conversations with prospective clients? Is that you? For the work you do, how much of that work is work you could delegate to support staff? If you bill on a contingent basis, what's the average length of time to settle your cases? And then how much longer is it to collect? My point is, looking at one service with a defined scenario of conditions is not enough to determine your pricing. I started doing research on pricing, and this quickly led me down the wrong path. I could not set my prices the same or even slightly below my competitors for several reasons. My services were not exactly the same. I had different overhead for my firm, and I had a different standard of living at home too. So their prices could not be my prices. So I can define my issue as a mindset issue. I had money blocks, meaning I had imposter syndrome and I did not value myself to price my services for the value they brought to clients. I held a belief that as a bootstrapped business owner, I was destined to struggle in the beginning. And what BS that is. So, like many ambitious business owners, I went on a journey of self discovery to find the secret to wealth. I tried endless seminars, marketing schemes, and techniques to push through my money blocks through sheer force of will. Sound familiar? I read every book with millionaire in the title, but I was in debt and sabotaging my income potential. Now, I wasn't homeless or anything extreme. I was just scraping by with an average salary. I had debt and I was living paycheck to paycheck. I didn't want to be ordinary. I wanted wealth to buy what I wanted, dining out, vacations, and get rewarded for my firm's impact. My friends continued to climb the corporate ladder while I looked for that missing abundance puzzle piece. And here's what I learned. Do not get caught up in the one silver bullet tool. Randomly trying stuff doesn't work either. It's about being consistent and persistent. Trust me, it doesn't have to be hard work and struggle. Most of my clients tell me how impatient they are in the beginning, and I get it. You're drowning. You see the lifeboat, but why is it not arriving fast enough? Because you need to pause for a moment. So many firm owners settle for mediocrity and don't reach big income goals. They're unwilling to put in the work for an extraordinary life. Look at it this way. Just like most people are unwilling to commit to become a great athlete, singer, or dancer, most are unwilling to put in the work to becoming a great business owner. But you're different. And you want this badly enough to do what it takes. And I've figured out the process so you can follow it. Napoleon Hill once said, when riches begin to come, they come so quickly in such abundance that one wonders where they've been hiding during the lean years. I know that feeling of impatience, wanting your firm's finances to thrive now. But when I look at the formula, I realize I wasn't following the steps. I was just wishing for wealth to appear while sitting idly by, just like dreaming of a fit body as I sit on the couch eating a bag of potato chips. Your progress will seem apathetic if you don't actively and consistently work the process. Some days I'd see money flowing rapidly into my accounts. Then I'd get complacent, skip a few days, and the income would drop predictably. Don't think I get shortcuts just because I work with clients on this. For each new business goal, I go back to step one of the process. I don't have magical powers. I just follow the steps consistently like you will. This is the same process that I work on with my clients on a daily basis. My formula provides technique so that you can create a healthy money mindset and see real profits. By applying this formula, you'll set exciting but realistic financial goals for your firm. You'll know your why and exactly what to do to achieve the wealth you want. Are you ready? Here's the formula. Step one, document your why. Why did you open your firm? There's no wrong answers. Step 2, define your long-term goals with your firm. Step 3, divide your long-term goals into shorter goals. For example, at 1 year, at 1 quarter, and 1 month. Step 4, link each short-term goal to a key metric. Step 5, review your current metrics on a consistent basis. And step 6, adjust the policies and procedures in your firm that will move the key metrics forward to attaining your goals. Consistent analysis of your key metrics makes your vision and goal for your firm's wealth a tangible reality that you can experience. The fact is, what gets measured gets done. If a goal isn't being achieved quickly enough, go back and start over from step 1. Dedicate yourself to making your firm's dream finances a reality. It's what you deserve. This formula works continuously. If you get to the last step without your desired results, recommit by returning to step 1. You can even get more specific in defining your goals, take more inspired action, and trust the process. This formula is how I work with clients as a fractional CFO. It just simply works. If you are struggling to see tangible results with this for your firm, please reach out to me. I'll leave my contact information in the show notes. Remember that owning a law firm is a business. Do not strive for perfection. This formula works for any type of law firm owner who commits to it. So keep asking yourself, why not me too, to achieve your desired wealth in your firm. If you have any questions about today's episode, feel free to comment if you're watching on YouTube or send me an email to podcast@profitscalethrive.com. If you know someone who might need to hear this information, please share this episode with them, or if you're on YouTube, you can tag them below. Be sure to follow and subscribe to get notifications for future episodes. Did you enjoy this episode? Please consider leaving a review. And before I go, remember, profit is something you intentionally plan for in the beginning. It is not a potential bonus at the end of the year. Thanks and have an amazing day.